Top of the evening to you as I welcome you to Molson Canadian Leafs Game Day. I'm Scott Willis. She's Danielle Emanuel. We'll get to Henny and Bob in just a second. But if you're watching this and it's not too blurry, you've done a great job today as we give you a very happy St. Patrick's Day. But tonight, we face off against the Montreal Canadiens, the arch rivals of the Atlantic Division. And I'm still buzzing about the game that happened on Wednesday night, the Dallas Stars, arguably the best game of the year. Up 2-0, then we let go of that lead, then they scored 4, then we came back, then we let a goal in, then they came back, then we went to overtime, went to the shootouts where Mitch Marner and Tyler Bozak proved to be unreal. But after that game, you headed down to Buffalo and you brought a few friends with you, didn't you? That's right. Thanks to Rogers Game Plus, we took a coach bus of 50 crazy Maple Leaf fans down to the KeyBank Center. I, for one, have never been to that rink before, so I didn't know what to expect. I mean, you see it on the broadcast typically. It's not a place where the Leafs have generally had success, so I was like, are we going to exercise our demons this night? It felt like a home game, though. It always is that, right? 80% Leaf fans. It was all blue watching on TV. Imagine being a Sabres player and you're on the ice, you get scored against in your home building, and it's erupting with Go Leaf Go chants. It was insane. And to see JVR get 2 goals on that night, he had 6 points back-to-back games. I thought he was going to get the hat trick. I was going to say, if there's one game you think that this guy could score 4 goals, it would have been that game. I know, but Curtis McElhinney has done an exceptional job. Of course, we lost Frederik Andersen to an injury in that game against Dallas. He will be getting the nod in between the pipes tonight against the Montreal Canadiens, but some other injuries circulating this team right now. So for more on that, here's our very own Paul Hendrick and Bob McGill standing by.
Scott and Danielle, thanks very much. And Bob, you look at both these teams. Injuries are part of hockey. Montreal with 9 players out of the lineup. Toronto, of course, with its group. There's not going to be Leo tonight. Listed as day-to-day. Austin's getting close. He was in a white jersey today, not a red non-contact jersey. Frederik Andersen also skating, and Nikita Zaitsev skating as well before practice with the main group. Montreal, 300-plus man games lost to injury. Still Toronto with only 88. What have you thought of Toronto's depth, especially late this season, and their ability to get the job done?
Well, I think it's imperative that you have depth if you're going to be a good hockey club, because when you go through injuries, you use the different players in your organization to fill in the holes, and that's where the Montreal Canadiens have had trouble with this year, and as a result, they're on the outside looking in right now, whereas the Maple Leafs, their depth up front has been tremendous, and even on the blue line when you have guys come in like Travis Dermott and obviously Justin Hall, who came in for a few games, and I think it's something where when they look at the American Hockey League, and even with their roster that they have here now, you've got a couple of players that are healthy scratches, and as a result, though, when they've had some injuries this year, they've been able to fill the holes because of the depth they have, and it's a very comforting feeling, I'm sure, for the coaching staff and everybody involved, knowing that when you have a couple of injuries, you've been able to bring guys in and sort of continue seamlessly along as a hockey club, and that means winning games on a consistent basis because you haven't been decimated by injury.
Well, the Maple Leafs looking for their 12th consecutive victory on home ice. They've not lost in this building dating back to January 22nd, as we hear from head coach Mike Babcock.
Zaitsev, Andersen skated this morning, won't play today. Matthews looks like he's getting close, won't play today. Komarov is day-to-day and won't play today.
Like having worked with an organization for a decade and then having gone back, and you appreciate Thomas's situation here tonight with Montreal on tap?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it this morning, actually. You know, obviously, you want to do well, you want to be proud, you want to be proud of what you're doing. You know, I think plus come to a new organization we feel is going to be real important for us. You know, he's probably thinking a little bit too much right now, but you know, we're real confident in his ability and his professionalism, and he'll be an important part for us. I think it's real important to have a group you can put out there against anybody besides Kadri's group, and I think you know, he'll be able to do that for us, especially as we add our depth back and we get deeper on the lines. That'll help him.
Thomas, 9 key players out of their lineup. This is a real different team from the one you started with, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's of course it's different, but you know, I've seen a couple of games the guys play, and they play really hard. They really compete, and you can tell they play really well, even though they're losing some games. So it's going to be a tough game tonight.
No Leo tonight. He is listed as day-to-day as Andreas Janssen takes his spot alongside Nylander and Hyman. Dominic Moore slots back in on the 4th line, but this time on the wing with Plekanec and Kapanen. Matthews, Leo, Levo, and Martin not dressing, nor is Frederik Andersen. Curtis McElhinney will get a 2nd consecutive start for the first time this season. He is 9-4-1 overall so far and 6-0-1 in his last 8 games. And Carey Price hasn't played since February 20th because of concussion, so Charlie Lindgren will get the start. Lindgren has lost his last 3 games, giving up 16 goals in those contests. Tonight's game can be seen on CBC's Hockey Night in Canada. Game time at 7 o'clock. Joe and Jim with the call on radio. Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Our coverage here on Leafs Nation Network will begin at 6 o'clock with Molson Canadian Leafs Game Day. Scott Danielle, Big Daddy Bob McGill, and yours truly. We'll see you then.